Not too long ago, I spoke in one of my videos about how I think asymmetric style co-op games are the ones that fascinate me the most. It Takes Two, Split Fiction, and the We Were Here series all did good jobs of making each partner need one another in order to move forward. Not all games need asymmetric style co-op in order to be praiseworthy, as one of my favorite games to get people to play is the Overcooked series. The simplistic controls are easy for anyone to pick up, but the level design is really what makes it stand out in my mind. An upcoming game is looking to utilize the formula that made Overcooked so popular, but give the players the need to rely on each other through asymmetry. But how does it play, and will this combination result in a sweet treat? Stay tuned to find out. Developed by the small Singaporean team Copaforge, Sedap, a culinary adventure, combines the chaos of a co-op kitchen and the wonders of adventuring into an unexplored world. You play as one of two aspiring culinary geniuses, Som, whose quick cooking skills makes him ideal to man the kitchen, or Gon, whose prowess with a weapon is ideal for hunting and foraging for the food that will be needed to use in recipes. Together the duo explore Kaya Island in search of new recipes and tastes while slowly uncovering the veil of secrets that haunts the locale. So, in order to understand what is on offer for Sedap, a culinary adventure, I will likely do a lot of comparisons to the Overcooked series, given that there are a ton of similarities between the two. In essence, both games revolve around gathering ingredients to create dishes in a timely manner. However, the gathering of those ingredients is vastly different. In Sedap, a culinary adventure, you are harvesting your resources from plants, trees, chickens, or hybrid animals like pineapple turtles or garlic creatures. Now, I will say that both games can be played solo or co-op, however I do feel like Overcooked has the edge when it comes to single player. Being able to do all aspects of the cooking process by having two characters that you can switch between and make them do the process idly seems a bit easier to manage than having to go hunt down the ingredients and then process them. Although Sedap does assist you by automatically changing your character into one that is stronger in a certain area, except for the fact that it says Gon is good at chopping and the game insists on keeping me a Som, but anyways, the co-op aspect of the game is interesting, as when I played with Gon I almost never set foot in the kitchen unless I was just chasing down the runaway garlic. And although the first session of learning where things are and how to harvest them was a bit rough and could honestly use a little bit of improvement, once we got the hang of it, the process was an easy one to manage through good communication with your partner. Communication is needed in order to maximize the limited resources at your disposal, but that brings me to a few points that are worth talking about. Firstly, I don't really mind having just two places that you can get a given resource from, as it makes you have to think on your feet. However, the issues come when there are limited locations for mangoes that are guarded by the chickens from Zelda that are instantly aggressive to you and will absolutely mess you up. You see, their attacks can also knock down mangoes, which led to a scenario where, because of the food spoiling aspect in the game, we didn't harvest the extra mango, but we were made to wait for more mangoes to appear, which ended up with us having unusual downtime in this style of game. Now, the original Overcooked game was also created with a small team, and while there were some strong improvements from the first to the second game, one aspect that I think really helped the original game stick out so much is the level design. By forcing players into difficult situations like stations moving on a boat, or even limiting what you have access to, it helped cultivate the need for teamwork. Sedap, a culinary adventure, tries to imitate the need for communication by isolating the players from one another by making one stronger than the other in different aspects. However, most of the communication revolved around what ingredients my friend needed, and me telling them that, hey, it's in the teleporter. I just really missed that extra layer of communication that was invoked from the level design of Overcooked, and the dreaded aspect of doing dishes, which always interrupted the flow that you had established. The level design from Sedap was okay, but I ran into several issues while trying to navigate the levels. I understand it is a natural setting and nature doesn't really deal in straight lines, but it is a bit aggravating when you try to cut corners and dash only to get hung up on something you didn't see or something that you didn't think would impede your movement. Add on top of that the fact that there were several times where I'd press the button to drop something off only to not do that, and I wouldn't notice it because my character was carrying it on their head. One more thing I wanted to cover is the different weapons that you can have for each character. Switching to the hammer from the sword with Gon, you can hit harder and you can even charge up a more devastating blow, but you're going to offset that with a slow swing rate. As for Som, you get whatever this other tool is, that for whatever reason neither me nor my friend could figure out what the special ability does. In the end, the hammer ended up causing me more pain than anything because while it did help with the pineapple turtle and the aggro chicken, with all the time it takes to chase down the garlic creature and swing the hammer, the garlic has already left the area, and I spent a good majority of time just trying to land a few hits on it. Part of me thinks that there was very little that Sam the chef offered that Gon the hunter couldn't do, and maybe the devs should just allow the players to use whatever weapon they would prefer, with kitchen tools improving food quality or having food made quicker or some other benefit, and then weapons doing various amounts of damage with a variety of attack rate and allowing players to follow what they want instead of having to be locked into preset roles. I feel like that's really something that the game tried to do, but I couldn't really capture that essence, and I would rather just give the power to the players to make that decision for themselves. In the end, Sedap, a culinary adventure, is close to getting what it needs in order to be a game I could recommend. However, all the issues start to add up into an experience that tends to deter me rather than draw me in. I know I alluded to asymmetric co-op being a good thing, but I feel like in this instance, and at least for the demo, I didn't really see enough to make Sam not feel like a lesser Gon, and that's not what asymmetry is supposed to do in this context. I can't in good faith say that this game is bad by any means, but with the bugs of not being able to set food down when I click the button, or the issues with running the kitchen and hunting, it just feels like it needs more polish before releasing in April. But that'll be it for this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and as always, be kind to one another. Shoutouts go to Relativity, Naughty Dog is King, Chaos, and Kamikalo alongside all those subbed to the channel. If you made it to the end of this video, then congrats, you just won yourself 15 internet points. Make sure not to spend them all in one place, and stay tuned for more chances to win, and I will see you soon.